We humans, it seems, are having various proportions of ET-DNA. Some have more drac, while others seem content with living alone in tribal settings. Will this energy wave neutralize the dragon within? That's a very, very pertinent question. What do you do about the reptilian implants that we have to carry through to the next phase?
My understanding about how this works is that when we pass through the galactic plane, those those who remain in physicality, they will be absolutely positive field. So whatever you're carrying that isn't positive field will burn away, especially if it isn't yours. Remember, when we move through this galactic plane, our DNA will change. Now, you got to remember that most of our DNA isn't even turned on. Okay? Only about 15% of it is turned on. When we move through this field, it's supposed to be turned on. You will not be the same person you are now. You will remember this person you are now, but you will be a completely different person. You will be so empowered with yourself, so empowered with knowledge, with wisdom, and the idea of what is right, that any influence you have that isn't yours, that doesn't vibrate to where you are, what your intention is, it's gone. It just burns up like dust. Okay? And that's what it'll be. It'll just be dust. Dust in the wind, to quote that rock and roll song. It'll just be dust in the wind.
Here's my point of view. When we come here on Earth, we encounter a lot of different programs and belief systems and stories that we buy into it. We start identifying as something. We identify as humans, forgetting that we are infinite consciousness. So when the consciousness starts making itself smaller, putting itself into different frames and belief systems, what we take from those belief systems is that attachment. So when we look at, okay, I am human, and this is my experience on Earth, and I might have been targeted by Dracos or reptilians, I might have some entities in my space, or egregors or tulpas, and now I've encountered other people, we've talked, but being around them, I'm picking up someone else's energy. So now I'm picking up their stuff. I'm feeling what they're feeling. Maybe something negative they're carrying, I'm picking up on that. And as a sponge, constantly attracting that, taking it in, soaking in it. And we're wondering, okay, if we live with that, all of these attachments and even implants, how are we going to get rid of it once we're done with this life? But we have to remember that we are not the body. We are not this identity. It is just the story we are going with because it's comfortable. It's how we're playing this game. And that's exactly the thing. Consider this earthly experience a game. There are many roles, lots of possibilities that you can play out, lots of different careers, lots of different personalities and aspects and identities you can have here and change at any time if you want to. But this is just one game out of gazillions. Once you're done with this game, you log out. And you're like, that was fun. Now I'm gonna go look through the library, look at all the possibilities, and go somewhere else. The consciousness does not necessarily need to pick up whatever you have experienced here, all the negativities, and even, like in the question, draconian, reptilian, or AI, or SSP implants. We don't have to carry over. We don't have to take that stuff with us. And here's the thing. For those who have experienced near-death experience, for those who have gotten out of body, for those who have tried lucid dreaming, Have you noticed how when you go out, or you're dreaming simply, and you become aware that you are dreaming, you are fully engaged in that world, in the story of whatever's going on. Whether it is like nightmarish, dream with scary setting, or you're in school, or it's a simply mundane dream where you're just sitting on a couch not doing anything, and oh look, my tooth fell out. Weird. Okay. And that's it. But you are fully engaged in that life, not looking at whatever you're experiencing here on Earth. You've had issues with mom, you were bickering, you got a bad grade, your car broke down. You're not carrying those thoughts or beliefs into your dream state. You're not carrying that story or feelings or thoughts about it over there. You're completely disconnected. Like, no, I'm aware, available here. Whatever happened on Earth, that experience, I can go back to it. I can tune in. I can start looking at whatever happened. I can look through my memories and then connect to those feeling states and go get into it again. But you dream and you disconnect. You don't care. Not a thing anymore. So when we go into other lives, we don't carry over those beliefs, the attachments, the traumatic experiences. No need. So all of these, like consciousness, you might have played reptilian. You might have been a Draco. You might have been Anunnaki canine. You might have been a gray. So now you're a human. Just because you've had quite a few lifetimes as a reptilian, possibly, does that make you a bad being here? Well, look at you, trying to be kind and help others and always listening to someone else. People pleasing and dealing with yourself and trying your best to survive and get in this life. You're not bad. So whatever you might have experienced in different lives, even if you were a reptilian, even if you were a Draco, even if you were what people would consider a malevolent race, it does not make you bad being here. Because at any life, you choose who you want to be. And then let's not categorize just because this is one group, one race, they're bad or good. Let's look at humanity. Are humans good or are humans bad? Well, you know, a few people, freaking amazing, loving, honest, always there for you. They will always listen. They will give you that hug. They will be there for you anytime, any place. And then, well, we hear about pedophiles. We hear about weird creepos doing human trafficking. Well, we consider those bad. So when we look at our races, not all of them are good and not all of them are bad. Specific individuals who choose how they want to act. So we don't carry over certain implants or belief systems or anything. It is like at any point in time, you choose who you want to be. So as a consciousness, you have the freedom to go, tune in, and be any race, any being, and you choose who you want to identify as. Meaning, do you want your persona, the character you're going to play over there, to be an engineer? Do you want to be a creator? Do you want to be a healer? It is all about your interest. Even if you experience like you've been for 500 years or 5,000 years, you've been into wars, space opera, saving humanity, or doing something else. And really, like, hardcore beating down someone, right? But you might get bored of that role. So, of course, you don't need to take your warrior role somewhere else if you want to play family now. Oh, okay, that was fun. I'm gonna do a whole different thing now. So, it is all up to the consciousness to decide what do you want to do, what do you want to experience. But hey, feel free to share your point of view. I'll see you later.